Hey everybody, today I'm going to show you how to deploy a smart contract onto the Berry Sheet test network using Remix, and hopefully you'll learn a couple tips and tricks along the way. So before we get started, you need to have MetaMask, and it needs to be connected to the Berry Sheet test network. It'll be connected to the Ethereum mainnet by default. So how to set that up? You can go to the Edgeware website and then go to the docs, and you can search hard hat, and then scroll down to the custom RPC section, and then here's the correct information for the Berry Sheet test network. So to do that, I'm going to click on MetaMask, and to choose a network, go to custom RPC, and then you put in this information here into here. And I'll mention the RPC URL. So this isn't the only URL that you can use. Where you see the number 2, you can go from 1 to 8. And kind of a easy way to test to make sure the URL works. This works in many different custom RPCs. You can literally just put in the URL, and then if you kind of get this message, you know it's working, and you can so that's kind of just like a quick and dirty way to make sure it's working before you go through the trouble of entering everything into your custom RPC. So the code is provided by soliditybyexample.org. So thank you. We're gonna copy this, and I've already made a contract. So to make one, you go to new file, and this one I called it multisig.sol. So here it is, and by the green check mark, it's compiled properly. And then you go to deploy, and how this contract kind of works. So this is a MultiSig wallet, and what that means is it's a wallet where like several addresses kind of have to confirm that they want to send the funds. So as you can imagine, there's some situations where that's useful. So before we deploy the contract, we have to have the corresponding addresses submitted and how many confirmations that we want. So I already have the addresses here. So this is kind of the format that you need to put it in. And before you kind of do this step, it's a good idea to get some test edge. So go to the Berry Sheet network. So I already have 3 addresses set up with some test edge. You can get test edge at the Edgeware Discord. There's a faucet there. So yeah, just send, test edge to 3 addresses. I forgot to mention how to add test edge onto an Ethereum address. So I'll just quickly go over that. It's pretty easy. So you go to the Edgeware /keygen, and then you go to the bottom, and this is the one you want. So basically how it works is that you copy your Ethereum address, paste it in there, and say convert. So this is the address that it needs to go in. So when you get test edge from the Discord faucet, send it to that address, and then it will appear in this wallet here. And I have them all pasted here. So I'm gonna copy these, paste those in there. And in this case, we're gonna say only 2 people need to sign off to send a transaction. So we're gonna say transact. And then you wanna confirm. So it's making it, so there we go, it worked. So you can open that up and read the information. So what you see here is the transaction hash. So you can actually copy this and you can go to Edgescan and paste in the transaction hash there. And you can see the information. So you can see that this address created this smart contract. So this is the actual MultiSig wallet. And if we sent it funds, then you would see it appear here. So if you open up the contract, you'll see a bunch of different menus. So you can see get owners, and then you can see the addresses of like these addresses that deployed the contract. You can get transactions and all kinds of stuff. To send funds to the actual wallet, the MultiSig wallet, is pretty simple. So you go to the contract. So you copy the address of the contract and you select the account you want to use. So we'll say this one, and you press send. You put in that address, and then we'll say, I don't know, we'll say 10. We'll give it 10 test edge. And we'll say next. Hit confirm. And there you go. So if we press refresh, you'll see it will have 10 edge now. So to use the smart contract and send the address, we're going to send it to this one, which for me is account 7. So we're going to copy and paste into the submit transaction section. Say 2, and then we'll say we'll send it. We'll send 5. And for bytes, that's so like if it wants to reference like another smart contract, but we're not doing that. So we'll just put in 0. This is what the actual number 0 looks like. So I think it's 40 zeros. So 0x and then 40 zeros. So just copy and paste that in, say transact. And confirm. And that was successful. So what happened now is that there's one transaction like queued up and it's in position 0. So you can click transaction count. And to execute the transaction, 2 people need to approve it. So we'll switch to, so yeah, we're on 1 of the addresses already. Then we'll go to the other one. And then we'll say 0. And then we'll confirm that. And went through. So 1 address confirmed, and we need to make sure that another one confirms. So pick that guy. And we'll say 0 again, transact, confirm. Went through. And then we'll go to execute transaction. And we'll say 0 again, say transact. All right, so I made a mistake when submitting the transaction here. Things go wrong when you're recording, I tell you. So for the value, I want to send 5 edge. In Remix, you have to put in all the zeros. So in Solidity, Ethereum, and Edgeware, it has 18 decimal points. So I want to send 5 total. So you put in 5 and then 18 zeros. So I press transact, and basically like the steps were the same as before, but it's in the second place, so it's a second transaction. And I got 2 addresses to confirm. So if you look at the second one, it's got 2 confirmations. And that's basically the problem I was having, because when I would say execute the transaction, there would be a gas limit error. So we're going to say transact and hit confirm. And it went through. And sure enough, if we go on to edge scan, let's click refresh. It only has 5 edge. And there you go. So that's kind of how you use Theory Sheet Testnet using Remix. And yeah, hope you learn lots and have a great day.